Hello, welcome back to Little Kodaks. Today I am continuing with my collection series. These are the cameras that were released in 1966 for the Kodak 126 Instamatic cameras. So they all use the Kodak Instamatic film cartridge. You can see here's the film right here inside, and it would be all wound up here, and the camera would take a shot and it will be wound up on this side. These cameras were not made in the United States in 1966. The US didn't put out any new cameras that year. So the only new cameras in the line were from Germany and from England. This one also was made in Brazil and Spain and Australia, whole bunch of different places for this one. So let's get into it, and I'll tell you about each of these cameras. Let me set some of these aside so that we can make some space. First camera I'm going to show you is actually going to be this guy. It's the Instamatic 204. It was made in England, and this replaced the Instamatic 200. So these cameras are pretty identical. The main difference is the flash that they used. So in 1966, we started using the flash cube, and the 200, which used the old AG1 bulb, we didn't use that anymore. So we moved to the Instamatic 200. This one, as you can see, 200 only had feet, but the 204 had feet and meters on the, so when you weren't using the flash, you used this side to set your aperture sunny to dull, and when you used the flash, which it would know when you popped one on there, you would use this side to set your aperture, so 3 feet, 6, 9, and 12. And it also had the meter setting on there, so you could use that with the 204. It has an f6.6, and like I said, it was made in England. The next camera I'm going to show you is the German-made 224. It has this cool little indicator on the front. You can see there's a little arrow there, and when I move the lens, it moves our arrow. So this is the same type of deal that the 204 and the 200 has. So you would have sunny to dull, and then your distance from 4 feet to 17 feet. And what it would actually do is, as you move that, the aperture actually opens and closes, and then closes down again. So pretty cool feature. The 224 replaced our 220 camera, and same deal there. This one was still using the AG1 bulb and our little pop-up reflector, and the 224 moved on to the flash cube in 1966. This camera was made in Germany. It has a Reomar 5.6 f5.6 lens, and I always like these cameras because if you're not looking at this part here, it kind of looks like a miniature Instamatic 100 camera. So if you're looking from far, you can see that it still has that that signature look. Badging is in a little bit different spot, but I thought that was pretty cool. So that's the Instamatic 224, made in Germany. The next camera I'm going to show you is the Instamatic 25. This was made in 66 to 71. It has an f11 fixed lens. The settings on here is sun or flash. That's it. It's all pretty lightweight. plastic. Even the hinge is just kind of the same piece as the back. So this did not have a lot that went into this particular camera. It's probably pretty, you know, one of the cheaper cameras made during that time. I think that's because they released this all around the world. So England, Australia, Spain, Brazil, lots of different variations, badging, color that you saw in this particular camera. Also, it had this dual contact hot shoe on the top, so it didn't use flash cubes. It didn't have a built-in AG1. If you wanted to use a flash, you would have to use an external contraption like this that would attach to the top so that you could use a flash with it. So this guy is the Instamatic 25. Mine in particular was made in England. And the last camera I want to show you from 1966 is the Instamatic 324, also made in Germany. You can see the 224 and the 324. They were released the same year. The 324 has a little bit nicer viewfinder. It has the CDS cell here so that it would have some automatic exposure for you. And if you look at the top, it's different. So this one had the manual settings with your lens to change the aperture, whereas this one, you would change it from either flash or an A for automatic. So it would do all that for you. And then it had some focusing options here for you also on the lens. So you can see there's a person, two people, or maybe the landscape for infinity, and then it would do the same thing for close-up. So you can go all the way down to 2.5 feet with the lens here. It had a Reomar 2.8 f2.8 lens. With these particular cameras, they didn't use AAA batteries, but they would use an N-size battery. So you can still find the N-size batteries today. So you can pop them in your 324 and your 224 and still be able to use them today, as long as you have film. So this camera retailed for about $75 in 1966. Like I said, this one is from 66 to 67. The shutter on this guy went from 1/30th of a second to 1/250th of a second with that automatic feature there. That's all there is to tell you about that camera. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please hit that like button. It really helps our channel out. If you'd like to see more great content, subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing. I hope you enjoyed my video, and until next time, have a great day.